Do you have eczema or know somebody that does, but you don't like the chemicals in the creams that you've used? Well, here is a homemade eczema cream that's all natural. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to make it. Hi, I'm Sherry, and this is Buddy, top dog of Lucky Dog Creations. He's on a break right now, eating a pig's ear. Hello friends, today we're going to be doing another DIY. Today's DIY is eczema cream. Eczema is no fun. My grandson had it when he was little, and we had a hard time finding something that actually worked on it. So I wish I would have come across this when he was little. But he's 14 now and he doesn't have any problem. But this is good for adults or babies. So what do we need for the eczema cream? 1/2 cup coconut oil, 1/4 cup shea butter, 1/4 cup oats, and you want it ground into powder, which I have already done. And you just take and grind it in a coffee grinder, and it doesn't take very long. And if you want to see how it's done, go ahead and check out my oatmeal natural baby diaper rash cream. It shows you how to grind that in that video. 2 teaspoons vitamin E oil and 5 drops of lavender. So let's get started, shall we? All right, so you want to go ahead and get a medium-sized bowl. You're going to use this for the makeshift double boiler. And we're going to go ahead and put in our 1/2 cup coconut oil. And we're going to go ahead and take that over to the stove. So our makeshift double boiler is a saucepan with a little bit of water in it, our glass bowl with the coconut oil in there, sitting on top of the saucepan so it's not on the direct heat. We'll go ahead and turn our heat on to medium-low. And we'll go ahead and melt that. Okay, so the coconut oil is almost melted. Just got a few little spots in it. Now, coconut oil is good for the moisturizing for the skin. And we'll go ahead and add in the 5 drops of the lavender essential oil, and that is for calming and moisturizing. And it smells good. We'll go ahead and give that a stir. And then we'll go ahead and add the 1/4 cup of shea butter and blend that in. And that is good also for the moisturizing and helps make your skin feel smooth. So I'll go ahead and get that melted, and then we'll move back over to the table. Okay, so the shea butter, I just stirred it and it actually melted into the coconut oil because it was hot. I didn't have to have it over the heat, but even if you did, it wouldn't be a big deal, just as long as it is well blended. Then you want to go ahead and put in your 1/4 cup ground up oats and stir really, really well. In fact, I'm actually going to go ahead and use a whisk because you want it to be thoroughly incorporated. And they say that if you want to make sure that it does not settle, to stick it in the freezer right away. And I'm not going to do that for demonstration purposes. But you can also just keep stirring, you know, to make sure that it is fully incorporated and not give it a chance to settle to the bottom. And I would think, and I don't know for sure, that after it sat for a while and you went to use it and you saw that it was settled to the bottom, you could actually pop this in the microwave and heat it up a little bit and stir it again. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my 2 teaspoons of the vitamin E oil. Now the oatmeal is actually good for itch, and you know eczema does itch, and it also pulls out the redness, so that will actually help, so it's not as noticeable as it is healing, because a lot of times those patches are bright red. So the oatmeal is really good for any type of skin conditions. That's why it's in my natural diaper rash cream that I made a while back. Now, the vitamin E oil is good for the skin. It helps keep it nice and smooth and soft. So all good natural ingredients going into this eczema cream. And I'll go ahead and finish stirring this up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. I can still see some of the oatmeal, but it's not going to dissolve, so it is going to be there. Now go ahead and pour that into the jar. And this is an 8-ounce jar, and there's all the oatmeal that was at the bottom. And this would be the time that you would go ahead and stick it into the freezer, so it'd catch it into, you know, after you stir it, and stick it in the freezer, and then that way it will freeze into place and it won't settle to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it and let it set for several hours. And then we'll come back and test it out. All right, so it's been about 8 hours later, and what I ended up doing is I was stirring it every 15 to 20 minutes rather than putting it in the freezer, because it said if you stirred it a lot that would work. But it was not setting up quick enough that the oatmeal kept going down to the bottom. So I finally, after about 3 hours, I went ahead, stirred it, and stuck it into the freezer for about 45 minutes, took it out, and everything had settled down to the bottom again. So I went ahead and took a popsicle stick and then stirred it all up. And here is what it looks like. There is some oatmeal at the bottom, but if you continue to stir it up before you use it, you should be fine with that. If you can catch it at the right time as it's setting up and it's stirred, I think you'll be fine. I just kind of missed my window on that. But we'll go ahead and see how it feels. And you can keep this at room temperature. Just that if it gets really, really soft, go ahead and put it in the refrigerator to let it firm up a little bit. It has a nice, smooth, soft feel. I don't have eczema, but we'll go ahead and just put it on my skin and rub it in. I can feel the oatmeal. It does have a grainy feel to it, but it does feel good, and it smells really good too. So if you think that's something that you would like to see more of, is videos like these, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notices of all the videos that I upload. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments and suggestions are always welcome. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.